Predictability is the quiet toxin that slowly dulls a woman's desire until it fades into apathy. The so-called nice guy isn't turned away because he's kind, he's turned away because he's transparent, consistently the same. And this is where most men falter. They assume that ongoing kindness equates to value, but in truth, it often signals a lack of intrigue, of edge, of magnetism. Picture a canvas painted all white, save for one black dot. Your eye is drawn immediately to the dot. Now imagine a black canvas with a single white speck. The result is the same, the outlier captures attention. Our minds are hardwired to spot contrast. The constant kindness of the nice guy becomes part of the scenery, invisible, expected. Yet when a typically calm, distant, self-assured man offers a rare act of warmth, it ignites something. She takes notice. She remembers. She returns, and here lies the bitter irony. The nice guy misinterprets what's happening. He believes he's being dismissed for not being nice enough. So, he escalates, more texts, more gifts, more availability. But in doing so, he digs a deeper hole. Because constant presence doesn't signify strength, it signals need. And neediness repels desire. Friedrich Nietzsche, in Beyond Good and Evil, hints at the raw truth. What is good? That which enhances power. What is bad? That which stems from weakness. Seduction isn't moral, it's perceptual. The nice guy, in his urge to please, unintentionally reveals fear, insecurity, and dependency. He overwhelms with attention. And those who do that, suffocate the spark. It's often the man who keeps his distance, teases limits, and withholds full availability who becomes unforgettable, because he triggers what psychologists call the intermittent reward system. He is the darkness streaked with light, the mystery laced with rare softness, the silence interrupted by unexpected affection. This balance, this rhythm between closeness and withdrawal, creates a sexual and emotional tension the always available man can never evoke. But there's a painful contradiction. The good guy isn't pretending. He's often truly respectful, sincere, committed. Yet, he still loses. It stings. It feels unjust. But it's a pattern grounded in biology, not fairness. Attraction isn't awarded for virtue, it responds to contrast, to emotional turbulence. Seduction doesn't operate on moral equity. It moves to the rhythm of unpredictability. And the man who refuses to understand this becomes expendable. The one who sees it for what it is begins to operate under a new paradigm. He doesn't need to discard kindness, only predictability. He must evolve into something memorable, unique, and that's where the transformation begins. The mastery of being kind yet elusive, a man she can't entirely decode. He isn't cruel, but he isn't submissive either. That's the true power. Most men think they face a binary choice. Be the people pleaser who clings, or the heartbreaker who leaves an emotional mark. But there is a third option, far more potent. He is neither a saint nor a scoundrel. He is the rare balance. He is warm with restraint. Calculated yet charismatic. He is the mystery she can't resolve, and that's precisely why he remains in her thoughts. This man doesn't beg for her affection, nor does he chase validation. He exudes it. This is the power of selective enchantment, as described by Robert Greene. It's not about endless praise, it's about intentional attention. Consider the weight of a compliment from someone who rarely gives them. Now compare that to a man who floods you with admiration daily. The rare one strikes the nerve. The frequent one fades into noise. This is what sets the balanced man apart. He understands that repetition devalues emotion. He's not playing to win approval, he's playing to remain unforgettable. And that's why he's never fully accessible. Not out of arrogance, but out of mastery. He realizes that longing is born from uncertainty, absence, space. When you're always present, you become invisible. What's ever present is never pursued. But a crucial question remains. How do you strike this balance without appearing calculated or fake? The answer is surprisingly simple. He acts from inner principles, not reactive emotions. When she makes an unreasonable demand, he doesn't cave. When she shows respect, he rewards it. He's consistent in values, but not in gestures. That's the secret to lasting attraction. Here, seduction shifts from performance to posture. The balanced man doesn't raise his voice to command attention. He uses silence. He doesn't chase, he draws in. His allure is in timing, not intensity. If she tests him with emotional puzzles, he responds not with insecurity, but calm. He doesn't flinch, he redirects. This is not detachment. This is emotional mastery. There's a simple yet powerful example. A woman tells a man, "Wait here for me." And he says, "Sure, I'll be across the street. Find me when you return." Subtle, but game-changing. He shows interest, but on his own terms. He doesn't resist, but he doesn't surrender either. This is the core of balance, yielding without collapsing. And here's the paradox: the man who seems least attached often leaves the deepest impression. Why? Because he's not scripted. He's the riddle she can't solve. And that's the breeding ground of desire, lingering uncertainty. The man in the middle, the balanced one, becomes the white spark on the dark canvas of her mind. Being part tender, part elusive is infinitely more powerful than being endlessly kind. Because endless kindness fades into the background. The unexpected becomes unforgettable. But embodying this state isn't just about attitude. It requires a sharp understanding of emotional cycles and how to navigate them with surgical timing. And that's what we'll dive into next. Mastering emotional control with the precision of a silent strategist. Seduction doesn't follow a straight path. It's an emotional ecosystem, an ever-shifting loop of action and reaction. Think of it like an emotional slot machine. She invests attention hoping for your affection in return. But if the machine always pays out, the thrill dies. And if the machine vanishes, she walks away. The magic is in the fluctuation. And here enters one of the most potent principles of behavior psychology, the intermittent reward. The same force behind social media addiction, video game engagement, and slot machine obsession. The human mind craves positive surprises more than it craves stability. When a reward is unpredictable, it hits harder. The same dynamic unfolds in attraction. A man who offers attention irregularly sparks curiosity, tension, and emotional investment, the fuel of desire. But beware, this isn't about manipulation or apathy. It's about precision. Knowing when to give and when to hold back. Let's break this down with 5 emotional scenarios. 1. She's upset because of something you did, jealousy, frustration, sadness. In this case, you must face it. Don't ghost, don't run. Show up with grounded presence. Why? Because this situation is your responsibility. And the man who avoids responsibility loses respect. Your response should be firm attention, not desperate apology. 2. You're the one feeling negative because she crossed a line or tested your patience. Most men make the fatal mistake of reacting emotionally or chasing validation. The high-value man pulls back. Not out of coldness, but fairness. Rewarding disrespect teaches her to repeat it. Withdrawing emotion teaches boundaries. 3. She's overjoyed by something you did, a date, a compliment, a moment. Good. Now pause. Not coldly, strategically. You created a high. Now let it echo. If you flood her with more affection too soon, you smother the spark. Let her hunger. Desire builds in emptiness. 4. You're happy because of something she did. Here, you respond. You reward the action. Not with flattery, with focus. This is leadership. You show her what behaviors grant emotional access. And she begins to associate pleasing you with her own emotional gain. 5. She's upset over something unrelated to you, work drama, family stress, personal issues. The nice guy becomes a therapist here. But that's a mistake. You're not the fixer. You're the lover. Offer empathy, but don't step into a role that kills romance. Comfort without over-involvement. These 5 principles form the emotional backbone of mastery. But now comes the finesse, handling indirect requests. Women rarely speak in commands. They hint. I love the beach, instead of, take me to the beach. The nice guy responds instantly. The strategist waits. He notes it. And delivers later, unexpectedly. That's what turns a comment into a gift, a desire into magic. The man who delivers on his own time, not hers, controls the rhythm of seduction. And rhythm is everything.